Welcome to the 2021-2022 Ferris State University Men's Basketball Preview. I'm the voice of the Bulldogs, Rob Bentley, alongside head coach Andy Brockema. Coach, I know your team's already tipped it off once against Michigan State. I know looking forward to another exciting season here at Bulldog basketball.
Yeah, the preseason has been great. We've got a lot of practice time, a lot of time together, and compared to the year before, we've been on the court together. We've been off the court together, and that feels good. It's been a real preseason. And then the test against Michigan State taught us a lot, and we'll go into our next exhibition knowing a little bit more about ourselves and trying to improve. And then I think we have a pretty tough non-conference and, of course, a tough GLIAC schedule that we're going to have to execute.
How nice is it to maybe put last year kind of behind you and focus on a new season, having a full season here ahead of you?
Yeah, we're going to definitely put that behind us and take whatever we can from it for our lives to better ourselves. But looking forward to this full season and just a lot of the things that maybe we were spoiled with before, we have back now. So we're even more thankful to be a team and to have this opportunity to represent Ferris. And, just looking forward to these competitions, looking forward to fans being in the stands and just doing it with people that you care about. And that's what makes it special.
Obviously, you have some returning experience from last year, but some new pieces that you've added. How's that mix went here in the preseason of trying to blend some of those new kids in?
Yeah, I feel like we have no in between. So we have our experienced guys, 5 seniors, and 2 of those seniors being new, and then a bunch of young guys. So there's not a lot of in between with this team, which makes it challenging, but fun to coach. So we got some guys carrying the torch. They know the culture, they know me, and we know each other. And yet we got some young guys that are looking, at the older guys. What are they doing? How are they doing things? How's coach reacting to that? So they're learning as we go, and it's made for an interesting preseason. There's been a pretty good gap between the two groups, but it's closed down, and I like where we're going.
Obviously, you have some good depth, good number here in terms of the roster. How does that help you play the style that I know you like to play?
That's kind of become a niche here, is just that depth and being able to recruit a lot of solid players and get them on the floor and develop them that way. So it's kind of been one of our recruiting calls and one of the things that we hang our hat on. But you're not going to play players that aren't good. So we do believe in our guys. We think they're good players, and if we put them on the court, that's what that means. So you're not just going to put anybody out there just to do it. So we think we have depth. We do think that's our strength. And I guess we'll see, because there's a lot of good players that came back with that COVID season, and there's a lot of depth, in the region and in the league, and it's going to be interesting and great for fans to watch, because there's so much more talent just because there's a 5th class. There's that COVID class, so there's a lot of depth out there.
Obviously, and speaking of the region, you've got a good number of regional opponents, teams that have been to the NCAA tournament here in recent years. Ohio Dominican, Drury, Lewis, Findlay, Hillsdale, the list kind of goes on.
Yeah, it's a brutal schedule, no doubt about it. And you can look back sometimes and say, wow, we scheduled ourselves out of a bid or out of a good record. I don't know. We're just going to play anybody, anywhere, anytime. That's been our motto since day one, and we're going to continue to do that. We enjoy that competition. Those teams that are historic, those teams that have tradition, those teams that made the national tournament last year, those are the teams we want to play against. Those are fun games. And if they're better than us on that day, then good for them. We'll shake their hands and say good job, and we'll try to get them next time. So that's how we're going to do it here. And I think that prepares you for the end of the year to be the best you can be. But it doesn't fool, if you have a lighter schedule, it might fool a few people. But as a coach, are you getting better? Are you becoming the best you can be? And those tougher schedules, they do that for you.
Finally here, you've mentioned fans. Obviously, last year, no fans over the course of the season. And how nice is it for your players to have that experience of having the fans back in the building?
I guess, we talk about it a lot, just the Wink Arena and just the community that we both live in here and how special it is. But then, poof, it's gone, right? Now you actually realize, wow, it's really fun to greet these people after the game, and your friends, the people you go to church with, the people you see at the grocery store, the people that are in the community, and they build relationships with these guys over the 4 or 5 years that they're here. So it's so much more valuable now than it's ever been, just because we went without it, and now we have it back, and we'll look forward and just get with the people that care about our program, the inner circle, and then there's always room on the bandwagon. So let's fill this place up.
Coach, thanks for the time, and looking forward to another exciting season here of Bulldog basketball.
All right, Robert, thanks.
That'll do it for the Ferris State basketball preview. You can find out more online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com.